with a little bit of a cozy story time. So when I was in 8th and 10th grade, actually, my mom woke me up out of my sleep, sat me down, and looked at me in my eyes and was like, my dear, you are too focused on being pretty. Pretty and dumb is not it. And with that, she decided to shave off my head. 8th and 10th grade. So while I know that she meant well at the time, it really did plant seeds of doubt in my mind. And over time, that small amount really became a catalyst for a huge spiral of negative self-talk for me. I really started to believe that I was not smart enough, I was not pretty enough, and really began to mask, build a facade, and it opened up the doors to even more insecurities. It really took me over a decade to fully understand how those events really shaped my inner dialogue. However, eventually I realized that I did have the power to redefine myself. And here are two things that actually really helped me. One, the first thing would be standing firmly in my identity. I decided for myself that I could be both beautiful and intelligent, that I didn't have to choose one or the other. I could embody both fully for this lifetime, right? And then I really had to begin to pour into myself with huge amounts of self-love. My practices became very intentional, reminding myself every day, daily, of my strengths, of my value, and the truth about who and what I am. So what really made a difference, though, was really taking small and intentional steps towards shifting my thought patterns. For example, I really, had negative self-talk. So the sentence structure that I used for myself, the questions that I was asking myself, I really started to transmute them. So if I was saying, I'm not smart enough, if that would begin to surface, I would really ask myself, what evidence do I have that makes this true? Is this true? And asking myself those types of questions really helped me dismantle all of the lies. So from challenging the negative thoughts to celebrating my small wins, whether it was learning something new or solving a problem, I really began to give myself credit for every little success. I come from a family, a mother that really does not let a child, maneuver on their own. So I grew up with a handheld situation, which did not allow me to pat myself on the back as much as I should have, or celebrate the small wins just because someone else had their participation in it, right? And then journaling and my affirmations. As you guys know, every day I have been committed to writing down one thing that I appreciate about myself, about my mind, about my appearance, about my energy, really uplifting and rewiring my perspective about self. It's a very simple act, but a very powerful act. So these steps might really seem small to some people, but they really add up. Each day that I chose to challenge my thoughts and pour more love into myself, I really took large steps towards believing in my full worth. And overcoming that amount of negative thought patterns is not something that happens overnight. It's about consistency. It's about taking the little actions. It's about building a new narrative. It's about supporting what you need so that you can be the best version of you. So with all that being said, that's how I was able to overcome my extreme cycles of negative self-talk.